Hi, I'm making this video in hopes to answer your question about how to get a design vertically in your hoop, but designing it in a horizontal hoop to begin with. So I went up to hoops and I did select your Janome 28B hoop, and I selected it in the horizontal position, and I selected the OK, and then I brought in the word Christmas. But as you can see over in my objects pane window here, my letters do not spell the word Christmas going vertically down the row. So I need to move my letters in the correct alphabetical order to spell Christmas, because right now it's going to stitch the A, then the C, the H, and so on. So I'm going to left click on the C, and then I'm going to left click on it again and hold it this time and bring it up and let go on the A and click insert before. And then I'm going to do the same with the H, click on it a second time, drag it up and click before. And then the same with the R, so click it a second time and click before. I'm going to take this A and I'm going to move it down below, click it twice and bring it down below the T, so select after, C-H-R-I-S. I want to make sure I have the correct S because I did have to copy and paste. And so insert before, and then the T. Okay, so now I have the word Christmas and it's spelled correctly. And so now I need to adjust my spacing. I'm not going to worry about the vertical height of any of my letters right now, as how they sit in the hoop. I'm just going to look at the horizontal spacing of my letters. So I'm going to take the H and just maybe nudge it over here, and I'll bring the R down a little bit and try to make it about even. And the I, the S, the T, and I'm really paying more attention to the horizontal spacing of my letters and not the vertical spacing. And so I'll look at that, and I'm going to look at that, and I think it looks okay. Nothing seems too crowded or too far away from one another. So I need to select all my letters now. So I'm going to come over to my objects or my property panel over here, and I'm going to click select all, and as you can see it put a selection box around the word Christmas. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to move it into the center of my hoop. So I'm going to come back over to this properties panel, and I'm going to click center horizontally, and so I'm going to click that, and it moves it into my hoop, and it's centered left and right. And now I need to adjust the height of my letters, so I'm going to come back over to this properties panel, and I'm going to click align. And since I don't have any trailing letters, I can adjust them by the bottoms. I found that's the easiest for me, so I click OK, and now all my letters are perfectly adjusted height-wise, and they're spaced equally left and right. So the next thing I want to do, since I still have them all selected, is I want to click join. So now I just have one object in my objects panel, and so now I want to add the word Mary, and so I'm going to go to file, and I'm going to click on merge, and I'm going to start selecting letters. I'm going to hold down my control key, and I'm going to click on the E, the M, the R, and the Y, and I'm going to click OK. And as you can see, they came into my objects window over here, but it's just a big mess here in the middle. So what I want to do is I want to click on the M first, because I want to spell these out correctly. And if you notice, you have little nodes here. That's actually the selection box around the M. So just grab it, and it won't mess up any of your other lettering. And so then I'm going to do the E, and then I'll do the R, and then I need a second R, so I'm going to do a copy and paste, and it always pastes directly on top. And then I'm going to do my Y, and I'll put that up here, And then the next thing I need to do is again get my letters in the right order. So I'm going to click on the M and drag it before the E and the second R. And so now I have Mary and my R's are in the correct order. So now I'm going to adjust my spacing, and I want something very similar to what I have below. So I'll get it kind of close, and I'm going to put this E over that I so that I can just kind of get a feel for a similar spacing. Okay, I think that looks about right. This R may be just a tad further away. And I'll just move that Y here. Okay, so again, now I need to select all the letters in the word Mary. And I cannot use the select all tool because then it will select Christmas also. So I'm going to left click on the M, and I'm going to hold down my shift key and left click on the Y, and now you can see there's a box around each letter, and I have a selection box around the word Mary. And I'm going to go to align over here in the properties panel, and again I'm going to use bottoms, and I'm going to say OK, and then I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have it centered horizontally, so it didn't move much. And so now I'm going to join it, and so now I have Christmas Mary, but I want it to spell out Merry Christmas. So now I did the same thing by just left clicking on it, and then again, and then dragging it up. But my words are too close together, so I want to bring Christmas down some, and I want to bring Mary down some, and now I'm going to have to again adjust, make sure that they're still centered. Okay, now I want to change my colors, so I'm going to right click on the color chip, click change, choose from catalog, and I'll make Mary a red. And I'll make Christmas a green. Okay, so I have Merry Christmas. Now I want to join these two, so I can do the select all now again. So I'll select all, and you have a selection panel around everything. And then I'm going to use the center in the hoop here in the properties panel on the left, and so I'll click that, and it centers in my hoop. And now I need to get this into a vertical orientation, but the first thing I want to do is join these two objects. So I'm going to join them so I have just one object over here. And then I'm going to use this rotate left tool here in the properties panel, and so I'm going to rotate that, and then I'm going to go back up to my object panel, and I'm going to change my hoop orientation from horizontal to vertical, and click OK. And then I can just double check that my design is still centered in my hoop. And then I'll come up to File, click Save As. I selected Genome because that's your hoop. And I always just keep center and hoop clicked. Click OK. And then I would figure out what folder I wanted to put it in. I would give it a name and save it. But I'm not going to do that because I've already saved this multiple times. And so I'm just going to click cancel here. So I hope this helps you in figuring out how to make your design vertical, but starting out with a horizontal design.